Welcome to the Game Rage Music Show.
And here we are back again with the Game Rage Music / Good Ass Music / All Gas No Trash unofficial podcast. As always, I'm Josh, and I'm here with my co-host Adam.
Howdy.
And today, this is episode 15, by the way, and today we have another album listen along, review along, whatever you want to call it. And this one, this is definitely going to be our most fucking controversial and blasphemous episode that we've done.
Fuck yeah.
And it's fucking awesome. I'm super stoked about it. We're going to be talking about Twin Temple and their newest album that just came out a couple weeks ago or a week ago or so.
Last Friday.
Their new album, God is Dead. Bonus points for that. That's going to be fucking awesome. Now, before we get into it and listen to the thing, Adam, why don't you go ahead and give us your... the rundown on who is or who are, I guess, because there's two of them. Who are Twin Temple?
Okay, so I don't know their names proper. Mm-hmm. Well, I think the singer's name is Alexandra. That's how the band was known before.
They were just called the Alexandra?
Yeah,
okay.
Before. And they were more... So they did have the dark vibes, but they were more on the pop side.
Okay.
Kind of reminiscent of Amy Winehouse. They do a lot of like doo-wop songs, but that when their earliest incarnations, that felt more in line with Amy Winehouse. But I heard about this group through another group called the OC Hurricanes.
Okay.
So this guy who got Me Too'd, he was a big fan of their what?
He got Me Too'd?
Yeah.
Well, like, did he do it?
I think he did because I haven't heard from him. And
like, did he actually like molest somebody, or what was the?
There was some encounter with a woman that
she alleged was not consensual.
For the sake of brevity, was I think on non-consensual terms, and therefore.
And you haven't heard from him again.
Yeah.
Probably did it then. All right. Anyways, all right, moving on.
So this guy saw them perform with this group called Tiger Army, which is like the staple psychobilly band in that genre. They're kind of like the pinnacle or whatever.
Yeah.
So they performed, and this guy went to go see them open, and really enjoyed their sound. Sometime later, when they came out with their debut, or I think maybe this was a little after their debut album, because they were releasing singles, but they performed at the Roxy, and I went to that show. And funny enough, OC Hurricanes performed with them because they kind of developed something of a relationship between the two. And the saxophone player for the OC Hurricanes actually ended up joining Twin Temple as their part of their touring band. Because the guy's like his name's Ed, but he became part of Twin Temple's band because he plays the saxophone fucking exquisitely.
Yeah.
So we've been getting some singles here and there. I didn't really know if we were going to get a second album anytime soon. It just felt like we were just getting a lot of singles. But so this is Twin Temple's second album, God is Dead. This is right after their debut album, and I'm very fucking stoked. This group has definitely hit their stride. I mean, they've been touring with a lot of great bands like... well, I haven't really listened to Volbeat, but they've been touring with
fuck, man. I like Volbeat.
Yeah, Volbeat, Ghost. I think they were known as Ghost BC, weren't they?
Yeah, I think the
Ghost, but now they're just Ghost, I think. I don't remember, but they're also satanic as well. And they played here locally in Southern California with Glenn Danzig from the Misfits, and also known for his solo work and shit. But they performed at the Toyota Center over in Ontario.
Nice.
But they actually performed in Norco at the Silver Lakes grounds
shit.
or whatever. Yeah, there was like a festival with Danzig and a few other bands. I forgot what they were. But,
oh man, that would have been cool.
Yeah, so they've just been touring with great bands and playing big shows and shit. And it's kind of surprising because doo-wop sounds like a sound that's just I don't know if a lot of people would be down with it because it's a little bit. I don't want to say it's outdated, but it's one of those classic genres.
Well, that and it's very niche, I think, nowadays with people who like that kind of stuff. And not to, I will preface this with not to be sounding disrespectful to the psychobilly fucking community, but I imagine that the type of people that listen to that type of music are your typical like greaser type people, right?
Yeah,
and so, and again, not to use that term negatively or whatever, but I would imagine that's who listens to this are the greasers. Like I'm sure there's like a lineup of dudes like with one foot on the wall, like fucking with the slick back hair
cigarettes
and the
packed in their fucking
packed in the rolled up sleeve, fucking, and that's that's cool as fuck. I'm not into that, but hey, man, that's still cool as fuck. Good for them.
Yeah, and
You be you.
This isn't a gimmick. I mean, sure, it's a gimmick for their music or whatever,
But this is like who they are, right?
They're a proper Satanist. Like they love witchcraft
and pissing off people who like Jesus.
And they perform I mean, when I saw them, dude, they did a whole satanic ritual. They were spitting. They had like a cup with blood in it, which is kind of like the same way the Catholics have like the
blood of Christ.
Yeah. But they were spitting it out into the audience. They had a sword. It was some crazy shit or whatever. But
all right, I want to go see them next time, and I think Katie would fucking enjoy this too.
Yeah, I mean
like
the girl has a great voice, Alexandra. I don't remember her husband's name, so they are married.
Yeah,
they are
all right.
They are a proper couple, but yeah, they're all into the ghoulish shit, the dark stuff, witchcraft, Satanism. This woman is very opinionative in her music, so I think it's going to come out in this second album. Yeah.
Ooh, man.
They've been on the O'Reilly Factor. They've been featured on a segment because they are Satanists. So, but I love this band. I love their existence because, excuse me. Sorry, I just try not to have dead air. But
no, it's fine. I mean,
So anyways, I think these guys, this is probably me going on the fucking deep end, but the existence of this band is a great thing because it's a testament to our fucking country, our Constitution, that you can pretty much say whatever you want.
Yeah.
And they are going against the grain because there are a lot of people in this country that are of Christian faith that is not.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't hide that fact. And these guys are like, fuck it, we're going to do our own thing and we're going to be Satanists. So, and we're going to be open Satanists.
Yeah.
And I love that. It just speaks to our Constitution that these people can exist and they have the freedom to say and do whatever they want in their art form. And fuck yeah, like I'm down for it.
Yeah.
I'm not a Satanist, but I just enjoy. I like people that are provocateurs.
Yeah, and I appreciate the level of freedom of speech to be able to say whatever you want because I mean obviously obviously we're not on the same level as them, but us doing these podcasts and everything, this is us expressing our freedom of speech. So I'm always down to support anybody in their freedom of speech, whether I agree with them or not. I mean, I do agree with them. I think it's funny to piss off the Jesus people, but that's I like that sort of provocateurism, and I agree with you. I do like provocateurs as well. That's I consider myself to be a provocateur in a lot of situations. So we'll see. But I'm excited to get down into this and fucking see what this shit's all about because I have heard a couple songs you showed me previously. None on this album because this is obviously new. And you haven't heard any of them either, right? So, or you might have heard.
I've heard a couple. I've heard this song called Babylon and another song called Let's Have a Satanic Orgy.
Oh, fuck yeah, that sounds great.
Burn Your Bible, I've heard, but we're going to play it as though we haven't listened to it because I need to be reintroduced to these songs anyway. So, let's get to it, man.
All right, so here we go. So, this is the album God is Dead by Twin Temple, and the first fucking album, or the first song on the album, Burn Your Bible. We're fucking starting off hot. So let's fucking get into it. Here we go. All right, that was Burn Your Bible, the first song on the album. And man, I love the fucking wordplay that they use there. There's a lot going on. The beginning of the song was fucking great when it was like that kind of brimstone, the fire,
The thunder.
the thundering, the bells. I thought the Undertaker was gonna come out and choke slam me fucking straight to hell. It was fucking pretty sweet. And then it kicked. It's like 1950s fucking Satanism music. That's like exactly what, like, if they would have, and maybe why this is so, I don't know, not novel. Maybe that's the right word. Maybe it isn't, but is because you couldn't have this kind of music at the time that it existed in the 50s. Like that, you would have literally been crucified. Like they would have literally strung you up from a fucking thing and burned you at the stake if you would have fucking played this back in like the 50s. So this has not really ever, I don't think, existed before, which makes it completely unique and thus makes it fucking attractive, I guess, you know, at least to me. But yeah, fucking that song was fucking great. That was a good way to start it off, set the tone.
Excellent. Yeah, it to start off with talking about burning a Bible, man, you're looking for problems.
Oh yeah.
And I don't think they give a shit.
No, you're already fucking trying to start shit. The second you came off, I mean, you named the album God is Dead, and then the first fucking song is Burn Your Bible. You are trying to start shit. And that's great, because as we all know, controversy creates cash. So,
Yeah, and
fucking,
the thing, okay, so there are some lyrics I want to pull out and just
Yeah.
kind of appreciate and just
yeah.
air it out, and for all of us to savor and shit.
Yeah.
So in the first verses, the very last line where it says, "No preacher man." Okay, so let me just read the whole thing. I don't want to turn to the light. Don't pray for me. Don't waste your time. No preacher, or there's a comma before the preacher. No preacher man. Missionary ain't my style.
Yeah.
I love that.
That's fucking great.
Because you can. I mean, I think they're kind of open about like their sexuality, like
Yeah.
what they do.
Yeah.
Their promiscuity, I guess you could say. So missionary being of the boring sexual positions.
Yeah.
I love that they're taking a shot at that. Also, I appreciate, as someone that was raised Catholic and not ever really fully believing in God,
Yeah.
I always hated the concept of original sin, that we were born with it by virtue of Adam and Eve biting from the forbidden apple.
Yeah.
That we, as human beings, are brought into this world already handicapped
Yeah.
with original sin. I
Right.
fucking hated that.
So did I. I think that was fucking ridiculous.
Like, why am I being punished for a crime I didn't
Yeah.
fucking commit?
Yeah, exactly.
So I just, again, I'm not a Satanist, but there's certain things about when I was raised Catholic that I couldn't buy the fucking thing. I couldn't
Yeah.
buy what Christianity was selling, dude. And to hear these guys like talking about it in song form, it is just delightful to my ears.
Yeah, I agree. And again, coming from the same thing of being born fucking or raised Catholic, and then I mean, fuck, man, I could go on for fucking. I got a ton of stories from fucking being a kid growing up fucking Catholic, and I'm sure you fucking do as well. And fuck, maybe we'll do an episode of the BFN show talking about our fucking.
We should include that in the Player Haters Ball.
You know what? That's a good idea. We should.
To purge all the evil.
Yeah.
On one episode.
The evil of fucking religion as well.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, no, it is good to hear. There's another fucking line in here that was like, but midnight cries make me come again. I always came for God, baby, when you're in my bed. Like, fuck. That is
dude,
just
okay.
so great. Like,
The second verse, I don't love Jesus. I'm not heaven sent. Make me like Christ. Make me come again.
yeah.
The wordplay there, the pun.
It's so great. Like, it's fucking amazing. Like, I love that. Like, that's top notch.
To make it blasphemous and say that the second coming of Christ is equivalent to an orgasm.
To me, ejaculating. Yeah.
It's beautiful.
It is. It's fucking beautiful.
I always scream for God, baby, when you're in my bed.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, dude.
Fucking,
Like,
that's fucking so great. Like,
we started off on a great beginning.
Oh, yeah.
This is fucking. I'm already in love.
this is going to be excellent.
Yeah.
I have high hopes for the rest of this. The other 7 songs on this 8-song album. All right, so here we go.
Hit me with the next one, baby.
Hell yeah, we're going to do the second one. It's called "Fallen for a Fallen Angel."
Oh, sweet Jesus.
All right, so that was "Fallen for a Fallen Angel." Now, we couldn't find any lyrics for this one, which kind of sucked. But I mean, we can't. Just listening to the song, Same thing. It was just as equally as blasphemous. Basically saying she's like falling in love with Satan. Essentially, was kind of the gist I got of the song.
Yeah. So I think what I've seen with these just these two songs right now, is from the previous album. Compared to the previous album, this one has, in the percussion section, there's like this galloping beat in the background.
Okay. Yeah.
There's like the guitar that's got this twanginess to it. So it's got like this whole, I can't speak for the whole album. I guess for the songs that we've heard, there's like this Western feel to it.
It's kind of like that 1950s, like kind of like that Lone Ranger-ish, a little bit, feel to it.
Yeah, I mean, it's still in the doo-wop genre, but there's like a spaghetti Western or Western feel. Yeah.
A background of that, it seems like,
So that is kind of, it's cool to see. It's like, it's not much of a stretch for them to like incorporate other elements of music to their own music or what they typically do. I mean, if they were doing electronic music, it'd be like, well, what the fuck are you guys doing? This isn't Twin Temple. But this is something that isn't a stretch to see them do, which is cool. So I've been appreciating that aspect of their music, or rather this part of their album. So I unfortunately there wasn't lyrics available for this particular song, so we can't really dissect.
Which one of the things that sucks too is like, I don't know if they're doing, like, I don't know how they're signed to some fucking record label, I imagine.
I think they're part of Rise Records.
Okay, yeah, I think I saw that on there. But like on their website, they have the lyrics for the last one that they did, the last album. They haven't put these up yet. I'm sure it's their PR team that's doing it, but like they haven't even changed the website to like it's all just pre-order the album. It's not like, oh, out now, here's what you do it. So it's kind of like, I feel like whoever's handling them is kind of behind the eight ball on putting that shit out, because like the day the album came out, it should have changed from pre-order to buy now here. It's like, but now you click the link and it takes you, it's like a pre-order. So it's like,
I think most of their links are available on their social media accounts, like whatever their current things probably directed to, like their shops or
but like in terms of, okay, and this is a little inside baseball maybe, but in terms of like the search engine optimization and all that stuff, if your record label is getting you to do this, then okay, cool. If they're gonna update all your shit, that's the first thing that comes up when you Google them, is their website, twintemple.com or whatever.
Oh, that's not good.
So if it's taking you right there and it's still looking like a pre-order, which again, if they were doing all this shit on their own, like, okay, cool, I get it. Like some shit's gonna fall through the cracks, but they have a record label behind them.
It ain't hurting them though, because they seem to be pretty fucking busy.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not saying it's fucking hurting them at all, but I'm just saying, like, it's like, oh man, like, come on, record label, they're fucking paying you. Like, get off your ass and fucking do something.
Or
like,
whoever's part of their team, like their management or just their team in general.
Right? Yeah, it's like, hey guys, like, get your shit together and make it look good for them, because they're doing they're doing the work.
Yeah.
Anyways, all right, so let's go to the next song. It's called "Let's Have a Satanic Orgy."
Fuck yeah, this one's great.
Oh yeah, here we go. All right, that was "Let's Have a Satanic Orgy."
I do want to quickly mention that song has a Spanish version.
Oh, it does?
Which is equally as cool.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but
I got to hear that.
This right now is the top song of the album.
Yeah, definitely. That was fucking great. You know what that's like a song that you play like around Halloween time, it's like, when the songs like that come on the radio, it's like that we do the Monster Mash.
Yeah.
That's like what that fucking song sounds like, but way better.
Yeah, so I don't know if it's the correct genre because I'd have to listen to it first, but I think that's like a mambo song.
Yeah, I think you're right. I think it is.
I could be wrong.
Or something to that effect.
It could be mambo or cha-cha, like one of the two things, if I'm not mistaken. But it kind of, I don't think it takes away anything, but it is a little bit left field from like the previous songs that we heard. We're a little bit more on the Western side, and now we got like the Latin flair with this song. But it, like I said, it doesn't take away in the same way that Munya, like where we heard two songs and we're like, this is kind of strange. But this just works because it's cool. Like,
well, it's cool, and it's like it's not meant to be. I don't think it's meant to be like a serious fucking storytelling arc of stuff. This is just like
standalone songs, like great songs, just,
right?
Yeah,
I think that's what it is. So, that being what it is, so far this is fucking great. So, all right, you want to listen to the next one?
I do want to like pick apart.
Oh yeah, go for it.
For
Do
a
it.
bit.
Yeah.
So, I just I love the idea that there's just out in the forest that there's just a massive party with naked people having an orgy, and at some point during the song, this woman is like talking about blood, meaning like the blood that possibly comes from like the woman's
like
vagina, like
period blood. Yeah.
It could be taken two different ways.
Yeah.
Like it could be the blood that Satanists drink, or it could be the getting eaten out and blood
while
comes
she's on her period, or it could be that she's like is very violent and just punches you in the face. It's like, oh, what's the matter? You don't like taste of blood, bitch? Like,
and then also just that unhinged laughter. I'm like,
that cackling.
Man, okay, so I love this song because this is how do I word this in contemporary terms? You know that girl that you said you think you can fix her? You can't fix her. This one you cannot fix this one.
No.
You signed up for a crazy goth chick that's into witchcraft.
Yeah,
this is what you get.
Yeah,
like,
you made your bed. Now you gotta lie.
Actually, I shouldn't say crazy because by their standards,
eccentric.
They're normal, and we're the crazy ones, which could equally be as possible.
True,
or could equally be possible. But this is a girl you can't fix. I'm sorry. This is a girl that you don't bring home to your mom. You probably don't marry, but man, do you have a hell of a ride.
I mean, that's true. You do have a lot of fun.
No pun intended.
Sure. And not to say, maybe if you're into this, then that is you who you could bring home to your mom, or you could fucking settle down with this chick. This is your typical what do they refer to, the big titty goth girlfriend? Like that is that's like this is all. Yep, you wanted to go have naked sex orgies in the woods. Well, I hope you wanted to, because this is what you're getting.
This is the middle finger to your parents right here.
Yeah.
I'm sure they're very disappointed to you, and you're going to hell, which probably doesn't sound bad if you got this girl inviting you to orgies and shit.
I'll tell you what, man. If the road to hell is paved with big titty goth girlfriends and fucking orgies in the woods, then fuck, man, I'm going straight there. Sign me up.
So the spoken word part, I think, I don't know why, but to me it was probably like a real highlight of the song, where she says, "Oh, that's nice," like as she's she's starting to climax or whatever, and she's making those ooh sounds that we all are pretty familiar with, just like that. What's the matter? And then she says, "You don't like the taste of blood," evil laughter, as it's annotated here, but just a great song, with the lyrics being about indulging in the dark affairs of
the carnal desires.
The carnal desire, correct. As I said before, the song is probably the best that we've heard so far, but there's room for more. We have 5 more songs that we have to listen to, so let's go ahead and get to them.
No, Adam, we don't have 5 more songs that we have to listen to. We have 5 more songs that we get to listen to.
We get to listen. It's our privilege. It's a great honor to listen to Twin Temple and their music.
I'm sure that they wouldn't appreciate this, but like I would give them the full samurai fucking bow of like
full
honor.
Samurai bow.
These are my honor.
Yeah.
Like, that type of deal. But anyways, all right. So the next one is, it's called Two Sinners. Yeah, Two Sinners. All right, let's get it. Here we go. Get after it. All right. Wait, is it going? All right, there we go. That was Two Sinners. Now, that one, I feel like that song was about them. Like, because, again, that one also had no lyrics. So we can't really sit here and...
Oh, it did have lyrics, but we just don't have them available to us to read.
Yeah, correct. It didn't have lyrics on the internet for us to read and be able to, analyze. So, I mean, I can remember, certain... a couple lines maybe, but nothing where we could sit here and fucking analyze it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely think that song was for sure about them. And I will say my only criticism that I have of this, and it's really probably not even a fair one because I'm sure this was on purpose, but it definitely sounds like we're listening to this on fucking AM radio.
Dude, I was going to say, yeah, I actually like it for that reason.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's where I can see how people wouldn't like this. I am just being objective in the criticism. I'm not saying that I don't like that. I'm just saying that if I had a criticism, if I had to say something, it would be like, okay, I could see how people don't like this because, well, obviously with the fucking Satanism, but, you know, musically, yeah, it does sound like we're listening to it on AM radio. But I remember back in the fucking day, riding in the car with my fucking grandpa when I was like fucking 5 and listening to shit that sounded just like this on AM radio. So it kind of like brings me back a little bit, but it's cool because it's like talking about the devil and fucking, you know, fuck Jesus and all this stuff or whatever.
Yeah,
so, you know, it's funnier.
And I think it's cool to have that quality in their music because everything right now is so pristine and flawless that bringing that and you know I'm really questioning if they use traditional recording equipment like analog stuff as opposed to digital, like if they mostly did everything analog and that's why it has that old time radio feel. Like as if it were being played on a phonogram or something. Which I think is really cool because I personally love it. So I don't know. Hopefully if I can just go online and read some articles, hopefully they could talk about some of their recording process because it'd be really cool to find out if a lot of the things they did were analog as opposed to digital. But yeah, it was kind of unfortunate. We don't have access to the lyrics currently because it's not available online. But I did like I think in so far in the album itself, there's a lot of, I don't think I've heard backing vocals in their previous album. So it is cool to see
they're incorporating that in this one. Yeah,
in this because
well, that's that doo-wop feel, is that those background that
the which is cool because like I said, it's something that they didn't have incorporated in their debut album. So it's cool to see it here. And I don't have anything else to add, so let's get to the...
All right, so next one is Black Magic, and it's spelled Magick. Ho-ho!
With the hard K.
The hard K. All right, here we go, Black Magic. All right, that was Black Magic. And that song, I felt like would have been a great theme song to like Bewitched or whatever, that like show from like the fucking 60s or whatever. That like that opening of it, and I'm like, oh shit, this is like this is it right here. Or like a modern version of that show, that'd be kind of fucking cool.
Yeah, I was thinking of Bewitched and like I Dream of Jeannie or some shit. Yeah, this was just like your classic doo-wop sound with like doo-doo-doo-doo. Doo-doo.
And that fucking part when she's talking about fucking that dude in the back of the church, that's fucking... This song, again, unfortunately didn't have lyrics online, so we can't really tear that one apart.
Yeah.
But she's like talking about fucking some guy, like going into the church and everybody stared at him and they're like, oh, they're like appalled. And then she goes into the back of the church and then fucks this dude. Like, they get naked and they fuck in the back of this church. And I'm like, oh, that's fucking hilarious, man.
What was the part where she was talking about having a dead body... did she say an X or it was like do you remember that?
I think I heard the part about the dead body, but I don't remember what she was specifically referring to.
Yeah, so I found that funny because she just kind of just casually mentions that she has like a
dead body
and buried somewhere. I don't remember if she said it, she had it in her
I don't
where she had it, but she's like, fuck it. You're like, I killed somebody.
I killed somebody. What do you do about it?
But as far as like the instrumentation, dude. Okay, you brought up the like the AM radio sound, right?
Yeah.
Like the scratchiness of the. It almost sounds. It literally sounds like the needle
on the record or the record,
on the record, right? Like, I don't know how they managed to do that. But it just adds to the aesthetic of like you couldn't tell the difference between like this album being released now and something that was released like 50.
Oh yeah, no,
70
it
years
sounds basically the same. Now, I mean, there's a lot of ways you could do that, but I mean, I'm sure the one that they likely use because it's probably the easiest is there's filters where you can make it sound like this. So that's like literally the most cost effective solution to do it.
Right.
So I would say that's probably what they did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I don't have the file, so I couldn't tell you exactly what the fuck they did. But
Yeah, and I liked the piano because the piano was pretty prominent. Like there was, I don't know if it's called scales or arpeggios. I think it's scales because it was like do 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 do.
yeah, it was like going up and down. Yeah.
Do 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 do. I love that, and also the. I don't know if it's a baritone sax, but it is a sax nonetheless. It was on the lower side,
Yeah.
and then they let the saxophone have its own solo. I'm like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But this song was just like, this one rivals "Let's Have a Satanic Orgy."
Yeah,
This is one of the
does.
better.
It is.
Yeah.
It's right up there with it. All right, so the next one is called Spellbreaker. Here we go, Spellbreaker. All right, that was Spellbreaker. That was another pretty fucking. That was a pretty fucking good one, man.
Yeah, back to back with Black Magic.
yeah.
That was fucking sick. Again, the piano,
Yeah,
chiming in every now and then. Great. I love the melody that's being played in the background with the piano. The fucking, I think it's a baritone sax. Yeah, dude, I'm really loving the sax and the piano right now in this album.
that's definitely the highlight.
And the lyrics, dude, I'm gonna be honest. I'm having a hard time distinguishing words. Like I need fucking lyrics.
That's the only downfall, and this is why I said that was my only criticism. It's the only downfall of the AM radio fucking sound is it gets a little muddy, especially because that AM radio sound it was initially it's mono. It's not stereo, right? Now this is in stereo.
I don't know. Yeah, I think you might be right. Yeah,
that's what. Yeah, AM was only like they could only play shit in mono.
Yeah.
So like, but this is in stereo, but it sounds like it's mono. So it's like you can't. It's like sometimes it just gets muddy if you don't have the lyrics to read it, like to know. So I mean, I picked out some fucking. There were some lines that stood out or whatever, I guess, but. It is a little hard to understand what the fuck they're saying sometimes.
Yeah, it's a little crunchy and it's not bad. It's just that I need to have the lyrics on hand.
Yeah,
in order
so
to...
I can see what the fuck they're saying, and maybe a lot of the people that listen to these songs are not singing along at the concert like every fucking word. They're in it for because it's this feel of this music, and they know that they're talking about.
They know how to write a catchy song, man.
Yeah,
like
they do.
Aside from the lyrics, like again, the melody on most of the songs, if not all the songs, are great.
Yeah, it's very
where
catchy.
You're kind of like bobbing your head, or maybe you want to do like a twist, like Chubby Checker or some shit. Yeah, dude, I just. I almost want to see if the scene from Pulp Fiction with Vincent Vega and what's the woman's name?
Well, it's Uma Thurman, but I don't remember what her fucking actual character name is.
Mia Wallace.
Yeah,
Mia Wallace. Because they're doing like 50s dances and shit.
In that fucking diner.
I want to see if I could take one of these songs and synchronize it with that scene.
Oh man,
just to see if it works. Like,
that would be funny. I'm sure you probably could. Like,
But for Grease, the movie with John Travolta, there's a scene where like they're dancing to a doo-wop song, and there's like two lines, and there's people like walking through. Doing their little dance and shit.
You could probably fucking
like
sync
Black
that up.
Magic definitely can sync up with that. But
dude, you gotta do that.
Yeah,
that's fucking hilarious.
But yeah, dude, these past two songs are just knockouts for me right now. And how much do we have left?
There's 2 songs left. There's 7 and 8.
Damn, it's kind of
it's short.
Yeah, it's just kind of tough because we're. Part of what we do is like looking into lyrics. I know we said it already like 1,000 times, but like in order for us to create something out of this episode, we need lyrics to look into and pick apart parts of the song that we really enjoy, and we don't have access to that right now because the lyrics are not available online. So, we're just making it work. Right, we're making the best of the situation.
Look, we've already passed our 30-minute fucking minimum that we set. So I mean, fuck, and listen, we recorded these all in like one night. So fuck, man, this is like 3 hours we've recorded of shit. Like the first episode was like an hour and fucking 15 or 20. The last one was an hour and fucking 12 minutes change, and then this one's probably going to be around 45 or 50 minutes. So it's
3 hours of content, man.
3 hours plus. Yeah. So
we're putting work,
in the work. You know what? You're fucking welcome, all you people out there. All right, appreciate us, you ungrateful bastards.
Acknowledge us.
All right, so I just looked at the title of the next song.
What is it?
It's "Be a Slut."
Be a slut. Fuck yeah.
Sounds awesome. So here we go. Be a slut. All right, that was "Be a Slut." That was fucking great too. That saxophone, man. Like, and then the piano shit, man.
Tickling the ivories.
Yeah, there you go. That's fucking so good, dude. It's so good.
I think. Okay, so there's no question. Okay, so the duo's name for Twin Temple. Oh fuck me! I had it up.
All right.
I think the guy's name is Zachary James. James and Alexandra. So they are unapologetically sexual people. And I think with this song is to unapologetically, from the perspective of Alexandra, that women have this stigma about being overtly sexual, like having multiple partners is like kind of frowned upon. Generally, like even here in the U.S., but in other countries like that are more conservative, I mean, this would be highly frowned upon, right? And this woman is saying, "Well, fuck what everybody else thinks. Like this, I want to get down. I want to get down, dude. I want to get my nut.
Go be a slut." Do what you want. Like, I like that whole, hey, do what you want. Like, do whatever the fuck you want. Who cares? What are they gonna do? That was a cool fucking song. There were a lot of things I liked about it. That one.
Did you pick apart any? Like, did you get a hold of some of the lyrics?
It's hard because we don't have them in front of us, and they. Especially with this song, because there was a lot of saxophone. It was heavy on the piano, and that was very it overran the lyrics in a lot of instances. So yes, the chorus, be a slut, do what you want. Sure, I got that clear. That message was loud and clear. The rest of it, the other parts of the song were a little bit muddy, so I didn't necessarily get everything out of it. I didn't really pick out specific lyrics. I mean, generally, yes, she was talking about basically fucking and doing whatever you want, and who cares what everybody says.
Yeah.
But I couldn't pick you out a specific fucking lyric that I recalled.
Yeah. Again, I just think it's cool that she is just saying to women, like, dude, you don't be ashamed. Don't take into account your parents' opinions about what you do with your partners or even like your religion, if you are religious, whether you're Christian or Muslim or whatever, do literally whatever the fuck you want.
And that's probably even more relevant now today because of the things like OnlyFans and all this stuff. It's like, do whatever the fuck you want. You want to be a slut on the internet? Do it. Get paid. Get that money. Do what you want.
As long as you're not doing harm to other people. Then
correct. Then do whatever you want. As long as you're not fucking hurting anybody else, do whatever the hell you want.
You know what's a little bit ironic is that this music is dated back to a time when women were, I don't want to say they're second-class citizens, but
they were repressed.
They were definitely repressed, right? So I guess males had a great say in what women did, whether like how they dressed and what they could do or whatever. And to have that old-timey sound with this doo-wop sound that they're doing and talking about Satanism and doing whatever you want with your body, it's kind of like a nice little a little ironic thing that has happened in the album. So,
Yeah, and that's I think that's what makes it unique. That's what makes it fucking entertaining. Is that it's this thing that should not exist. Because as we remember hearing these types of songs, these songs are always very, they're very not PC. That's not the right word.
They're tame.
They're tame. They're very calm. They're about topics that are not fucking antagonizing, and they're only singing about antagonizing things with this type of music. So
Yeah.
it's a very interesting juxtaposition of the two terms or the two things.
Yes, and these last 3 songs have been home runs for me.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we are reaching the end of the album with what song is it? I can't
It's
see.
God is Dead,
Oh man,
the title track.
there it is, man. I want to believe it's going to end strong.
Yeah.
I'm hoping it does. So let's get to it.
I'm hoping this is the best fucking song on the album. So here we go. God is Dead, the final song, the namesake of the album. Here we go. All right, that was God is Dead. And I like how that started out as kind of like a slow jam almost, and then I could see myself playing this at like I'm chaperoning my daughter's first junior high fucking dance, and me and my wife are both there, and we play this song, and we're like dancing to it, and everybody's losing their mind because they're like, "Oh my god, what is this? You can't play this!" But then they didn't realize it because I just played the intro for them, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, that's good, yeah, play that," and then now they realize, "Oh fuck, we fucked up." But I liked that. I thought that was fucking cool. I liked how there was a false finish. I thought, oh man, this is the end. And then I'm like, wait a minute, why is the bar so flat? It's only like 3/4 of the way through. What the fuck? And then it picked up into like almost another type of song. It picked up and got faster. And that was definitely a strong ass way to end the fucking album. That's for sure.
I concur on that. I think it definitely was the climax of the album. I'm glad that they put this song at the very end. I think by far this song, in my opinion, had Alexandra's strongest vocals.
Yeah.
I did love that there was a violin. There was like a string section within the album because it I think it personally adds like a finality to the album.
Yeah.
And it makes it kind of cinematic in some ways because string sections or violins, cellos or whatever add that element
that
to
epicness.
it. Yeah. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but the imagery about like what she was mentioning about burning the cross, I'm like, oh, that's sweet. And then because when you think of burning the cross, you typically think of like Klansmen, and what usually what that entails is like racism and
Right,
shit.
yeah.
But, oh, it's sweet. This is Satanism,
Yeah, it's Satanism. It's not racist. It's wholesome.
Yeah.
Wholesome Satanism.
And I just see people. I could just imagine people like raising their hands, like "fuck yeah, we did it!" It's it's a celebratory song for Satanists or people that are non-believers of God.
Yeah, right.
Gods themselves. But that last like 20 or 30 seconds feels like it turns into like a frantic. When like gospel music or like a gospel church. When they start getting like like
they get too overloaded with the spirit of the god or whatever.
Yeah, so then everybody starts like throwing their hands and clapping and shit. Like it gets to that level where like people are just in utter delight that God is dead. And I'm going to shoehorn. I know this isn't directly said in the lyrics at all or anything like that, but I'm going to throw the Israel-Hamas situation into this song.
Yeah.
And just say that, oh man, if there was ever a time where you felt like God was dead, like this certainly feels like it. For two of the 3 Abrahamic religions to slaughter one another, it does feel like God is dead that way.
And the way that thing is going, I'm sure the third one is fucking good. The third religion's going to be also all the Abrahamic religions will be slaughtering each other.
Yeah.
Once again, a la Crusade style.
Making the Satanics the true winners of this.
Yes, exactly.
Or rather, Satanists.
The Satanists shall inherit the earth, actually, is how that should go down.
I noticed that they weren't the ones that provoked war themselves.
That's true.
So
that is true. Interesting how that works.
Yeah.
But man. Oh, good. Do you have any more thoughts about that song specifically?
Yeah. I just love that it was like it had a celebratory nature for not only just the song itself, but the album in its entirety. Like,
Right.
hey, we reached the end.
Hooray!
Hooray!
Yeah.
Satanism.
We did it.
Yeah, we did it, you guys. I fucking love this album. I thought there was some real heaters on it. I think Black Magic. Let's see. Spellbreaker.
Oh, yeah, that was
Be
a
a
good one.
Slut.
Yeah.
Let's Have a Satanic Orgy. What was the first one? Burn Your Bible?
Burn your Bible, yeah.
Or burn
burn a Bible. Something about burning Bibles.
Yeah, there's some stuff I'm definitely gonna. I'm gonna be adding this whole album, but there's songs that are real heaters that I'm gonna be listening to on repeat. And are we reaching?
I mean, I think we're getting there. But I was gonna ask you. All right, since we did with the last one, what kind of a range or what kind of a numbered score are you giving this?
All right, I'm falling. There was one song. I think Two Sinners was kind of like a mess song to me, but largely the album for all the songs were pretty decent.
Yeah,
and I love the transition for this band to go from like a hard doo-wop sound to
right.
or sound rather to having like more Western. Like when I mean Western, like country, like cowboys type of shit.
Right.
But it also has there was, you know, Let's Have a Satanic Orgy that had like the Latin flavor of it. So it was cool and surprising to see those type of things, not out of the stretch for them, but yeah, I'm finding myself going from like an 8.5 to a 9. I'm probably gonna be generous because I might give it a 9 just because the songs that hit, man.
They hit.
I was fucking dead. I was down with it. So Spellbreaker, Let's Have a Satanic Orgy, Black Magic were all great songs for me. So I'm thinking, yeah, somewhere between an 8.5 and a 9, and I'll probably lean more towards a 9 because I really like some of these songs. Yeah,
that's kind of exactly where I'm at, and honestly, I think I'm just gonna go straight up, just give it a 9. And the only this album should be a 10 out of 10, right?
it should be, yeah.
But the only thing that fucked it is, again, I agree with you, that Two Sinners song.
Hold on,
I was not.
You can't. Okay, Two Sinners, but you can't discredit the sound design for this album because we're also listening to.
Right? Yeah. No. I'm just saying that the Two Sinners song was not was not that hot, so that detracted from it. And then I hate that we can't fucking get the lyrics, because again, I understand the nature by which they're trying to emulate a sound, and I get that. That's part of why I like this. But with that being said, the negative that goes along with that type of sound is that a lot of times you can't really understand what the fuck they're saying.
Yeah, it's a little crunchy.
Right. So I would like to have had the lyrics available, which, fuck, I don't know why it didn't just get put up with the thing. I don't understand why it's not on with the in iTunes, or why some of them a couple songs had it and some of them didn't. I don't know. Who knows what the reasons are behind it, but those are the only reasons why it didn't get a fucking 10 for me on that. Is the one song was just kind of meh. It wasn't bad, but it was just all right. It was just meh. It was there.
Yeah, everything else
was fucking bangers.
One. I don't know if this is a ding because I can't really take away something when there isn't anything there.
Yeah.
The shortness of the album, a little bit of a disappointment. I think I wanted 10 tracks minimum.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
But fuck it, eight songs.
Again, they're Satanisms. They're Satanists. They're doing what they want. They don't give a fuck. All right, they're doing what they want, and they wanted to put an album out with 8 fucking songs.
Yeah.
I mean, it was 28 minutes, so it's under half an hour. It's easy to listen to. This probably gives them This gives them an extra 30 minutes they can pull from for their sets that they're going to do on their live, performances when they're on tour and stuff. So, I would be interested to see, do you know what? Let's see. I think it might be able to tell us when it came out, the first one, or their previous album.
It was in 2019. I think it was.
So it's been so it's been what, 3 years or 4 years almost.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So yeah, that one was 2018 is when this one came out.
2018. My bad. Okay.
Their first album. So
it's been a minute.
I would say that they've been releasing singles and stuff all the way in between there, but to basically spend 4 years and you got 28 minutes and you got 8 songs, that kind of sucks, man. That's kind of disappointing. You're right. That is a little disappointing. I would have expected a little more, or maybe this should have been out in like 2 years or 18 months, maybe.
Bonus points for the title of the album,
yeah,
and also
legit, yeah.
the climax, or rather the end of the album, felt strong. It didn't peter out or anything like that. It felt like,
and maybe that's why there's only 8 songs, is because they're like, fuck, man, like, and all right, that is the other thing too. This type of music is great because it's unique, but maybe they were taking it of, all right, like, how fucking long, how can we could put out 8 really fucking banger songs, or we could put out 12 and like 8 of them are fucking bangers and 4 of them are just meh.
Yeah,
like,
that's a good point. Like this one, I guess what you're saying is like they got to the point quickly with their 8 songs as opposed to having.
Yeah, it's like economy of resources here. Like
right.
you could dilute the product, or you could just fucking concentrate it and just fucking make 8 fucking headbangers, man. Which that's what these are.
Yeah. So,
or for the most part.
Right.
Except for that one. So they made 7.
Yeah, 2 sinners was me.
Hey, 7 out of 8 though, man. They're still batting fucking like 850 or whatever. Like that's pretty fucking good.
Right. So yeah. Once again, for me, 9.
Yeah, that's I agree. That's where I'm at. I'm at a 9.
So thanks for listening. This was
fuck yeah, man.
a shorter episode. I think we're
it's shorter than normal. We always pretty much go over an hour, and we're at like 50. By the time I finish talking about the social media bullshit, we'll be at like 53 or 54 minutes. So this was a little bit shorter than normal, but still hopefully good nonetheless. And if you listened this far, thank you for listening, and if you would like to please fucking do me a favor so I can fucking maybe not fucking have an aneurysm, is just follow us on Instagram or TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. And listen, you don't even have to follow the actual company, okay? Just follow Adam. All Gas No Trash Official, because he's the music concentrated fucking content. So if you just want to see music shit, you don't want to look at all our other bullshit that we do, just follow fucking Adam, All Gas No Trash Official. All right, Jesus Christ, I'll take that.
Or do both, please.
I mean, yeah, that'd be nice. But listen, if you're dead set on only picking one, just do Adam. That's fine. Just one is better than none. Okay. And then if you want to follow us potentially on Twitter or X, it's at Game Rage Mag. And you can also go to our website, GameRageMagazine.com, and you can see all the other shit that we do if you're interested in hearing us talk about other stuff. And, you can hear Frank also on there talk about anime and all this other bullshit that we talk about. So, anyways, thanks for listening, and we'll see you on the next one.
Happy Halloween.
That was the Game Rage Music Show. Thanks for listening.